We have 4 forms or prearranged set of movements that we use in our Kendo Fit program. They are not classic forms. They are sequences of movements that I've put together. Yes, there are bits and pieces of the classic forms that I know because, of course, that's what we're going to practice, is the things that I know how to do. So, what we're going to do is, remember, and this is, we're working on a fitness program here, once again, for you sword guys. So, some of these things, you're going to say, oh, but that's not, but from a fitness standpoint, it is. We're going to remain as true as we can to the sword art, yet with an angle toward fitness. So our first basic form, and I'm going to show you with the shinai first, and then I'm going to come back and use a real sword so you can understand the angles. So, first thing, as I'm starting here, I'm rolling that string to my hip, and I'm going to reach in, and I'm going to step forward and draw strike outwardly. Okay? Next, I slide forward, downward strike. Sliding forward, diagonal strike. Sliding forward, diagonal strike. Now, I'm going to turn and do a sweeping upward cut from a slightly twisted stance. And now I continue the motion. I step through, turn, and cut. Now coming back. 1, see that? Downward, and now I'm going to go diagonal, diagonal, straight, 1 there, and re-scabbard of the shinai. Okay, now let's use a sword and show you what we're actually doing. So now we're going to use the real sword and just to discuss the angles and what we're doing. So remember, I'm turning it outwardly as I draw. And when I draw, I'm coming out and making my first cut. Now from here, cutting downward. See that? Coming up, diagonal. Coming up, diagonal. Now here's that sweeping cut we were talking about. See how I turn the blade upwardly? I'm coming up. This can be a block. Yeah. And now as I step forward, I turn and continue through and cut. On my way back, 1, here way, and here. Now, that funny little thing I did at the end, flicking off the blood and guts. As I come back, I'm going to grip the spine and the cheeks with the blade upward and clean off my sword, and then I re-scabbard it into my scabbard, and away it goes. A little clumsy, not really set up right now. That's what we're doing with our shinai. Remember, our body is with that shinai, but our mind is on the sword.